Good morning YouTube, it's Dave here, back out in Dartmoor again for another adventure. Today I've parked in the town of Chagford and I'm heading up there to Meldon Hill. And from down here I must admit it looks like quite a climb first thing in the morning. But I'm sure the views will be worth it, they usually are, aren't they? And then after Meldon Hill I'm going to loop around up to Nattadon Common, which is kind of the next hill over, and then end up back in Chagford from the other way. So it is a bit of a loop walk today that I've planned myself, but it's not a very long one today. It'll be about 4.5 miles, although I'll probably end up doing about 5.5 going back and forth for the camera. There's Nattadon Common poking up between the trees. That's where we're going in the second half of the walk. Loads of spiderwebs around here and they've all got the morning dew clinging to them this morning and glistening in the sun. And it's like they've all got their own little territories, isn't it? They've beat me up there. It looks like this is going to be a tough climb. There's Nattadon Common and Meldon Hill. They rise up above Chagford like a pair of, well, I'm not going to tell you what they look like a pair of, but you can work that out for yourself. This is where we're going, and I think that's the trail that we're going to follow. Going up the left hand side there. It's going to be a tough old climb first thing in the morning. There's a lovely carpet of bluebells at the start of this hill, but it just kind of seems to peter out at this point. And I've taken the jacket off. I don't know why I bothered starting with the jacket, to be fair. It's like 18 degrees, even though it's only 7:30 in the morning. The jacket definitely wasn't staying on until we got to the top of the hill regardless, so I thought I might as well take it off at the start of the climb. I expect there's an easier way up to the top of Meldon Hill than this. If there is, I'll scout around for it at the top and let you guys know, so if you decide to do this walk you don't have to come up the hard way like I'm doing. But oh, we're making pretty good time this morning, and like I say, it's not a long walk, so should be all right. As usual, the camera won't do justice to how steep this hill is, but that's what I'm coming up. And the best way I can describe it is considerably steeper than a staircase, I would say. There's some glorious views already though. That's Chagford down there, and over that way is Cosden Beacon. You can see it's the biggie over there. It was a tough old climb to get up to the top of that as well. Although I would say probably not as steep as this, just longer. It's a very high point up there. We're not going that high today. But yeah, onwards and upwards, literally. The views are gorgeous. The climb is strenuous, but we're getting there, aren't we? We are slowly getting there, well, quite quickly actually. I've only been climbing for about 10 minutes, and that's including stopping for filming and stuff. So 10 minutes ago I was down there somewhere, where those houses are, around about down there, is where I started the walk. The bluebells are back now. It looks awesome. This is the top. Let's get up on top of it, shall we? See the trig point over there, but this looks like the highest point. Oh, look at that. Some ponies down there. There's Nattadon Common over there, that's where we're going next. And that's Chagford, where we started the walk. There's my tripod. How did that get up there before us? It's a miracle of YouTube, I guess. Wow, what incredible views. Amazing. You can see all the way over to Haytor, over that way. Not very well with this camera, but I'll get the other one out in a second. Can you hear the church bells? Hoping that's coming out. So peaceful up here today, so still. We're at the trig point, right on top of, I was going to say the hill. I've no idea why this one doesn't count as a tor, because it looks pretty tourish to me. All these outcrops of granite that you can see dotted around. Seems to meet all the requirements of a tor, so if you do know why it isn't classed as one, please let me know in the comments, because I have no idea. The views certainly make it worthy of tour classification. Look at this. And yeah, we're right up on top, as on top as you can get, apart from maybe over there when we first got up here, but not a lick of wind up here today. Nothing. It's completely still. And hot. Very hot. You'd be forgiven for thinking I was hiking in Spain or something, wouldn't you, today? But it's definitely Devon. And we've got very lucky with the weather for the last few videos, but I promise you it's not always like this up on Dartmoor. Not at all. And look, over yonder, it's Fernworthy Forest, where we were a couple of weeks ago. Can't see the reservoir from here though, but you can see why it took me so long to hike through it. It is quite a sizable forest on the edge of Dartmoor. I say Fernworthy Forest on the edge of Dartmoor. Really, we're on the edge of Dartmoor here. We are far northeastern Dartmoor. And the views are just stunning. Meldon Hill is not really a famous destination, I don't think. It's not really somewhere I've ever heard of, or I've seen people making too many videos about on YouTube, but when you see all of this all around here, down off the side of the moor, out that way, up to Cosden Beacon over there behind my tripod, and off out onto the moor up there, you've got what I think is Yes Tor and High Willows all the way over there, and you can see Steeperton Tor and Wild Tor, Fernworthy Forest, and then yeah, just views in every direction all the way out to Haytor, and that must be Easden Tor over there, maybe near where we did the guided walk on East Dartmoor from Malton Hampstead, which is over there somewhere. And I think I can see Hound Tor poking up on the horizon as well, just in front of Haytor. It is beautiful up here. But if you'll indulge me, I'm going to explore the Tor a little bit, or the hill, I should say. Meldon Hill, isn't it? Not Meldon Tor. But yeah, I'm going to explore around a little bit, stand on some rocks, as I often do, and just show you some of the views. So sit back and enjoy, won't you? So I said to my friend the other day that I'm an expert animal tracker. He said, Dave, that's horse shit. I said, it's pony shit, actually. Stupid, ain't I? I've seen one other couple up here with their dogs. That's it. On a day like today, and it's getting on a bit as well now, about 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning, which I know is early on a Sunday morning for most people, but you think, with weather like this, come out and make the most of it. But I do wonder, is this a bit of a hidden gem up on Dartmoor? Because like I said earlier, I don't hear many people talking about Meldon Hill, and I haven't seen many videos about it on YouTube. But you get up here and these views, I'm not even on top of it now, and look, just in every direction, you've got something to look at. Meldon Hill is pretty amazing. You're right on the edge of the moor, so it's close access. I wouldn't say it's easy access, not unless there is a easier way up from the road that I'm walking down to in a minute. Maybe there is. I'll obviously let you know if there is. But you've got all these outcroppings of granite up here, each one of them giving you a different view down off the side. The two up on top, you've got this one where the trig point is, and then the first one that we came to when we got up there, stunning 360 views. These ones give you a wonderful view down over Chagford and down into the valley there, and it feels wild as well, as much as, you know, it's not deep out into the moor. Like I say, it is on the edge of civilization, but you've got all this heather growing around, but with tracks going through it, so it's easy enough to navigate your way around the, I was going to say the Tor, the hill. I still don't get why it's not a Tor. And then you've got the slopes, or certainly the slope that I came up, just carpeted in bluebells. It was beautiful. Yeah, I can't understand why there aren't loads of people up here, to be honest, but I'm not complaining. Well, I've just come down this kind of southeast slope of Meldon Hill, and it's a much more gentler gradient than what I was climbing up to get up on top of it. I'm just about to join onto the road now, so I think if you fancy doing this walk, fancy doing Meldon Hill, but don't fancy that very steep climb at the start, then yeah, maybe park down on this road that kind of comes along the south side of Meldon Hill. I don't know what it's called. So yeah, I'm on the road now, and I would recommend probably parking up there. There's said on the map anyway, when I was looking at places to start the walk, I did consider starting there rather than in Chagford, just because it's a more gentle slope up to the top. I actually just met a group of gents back there. Hello if you're watching. Hope you enjoyed the walk, hope you enjoyed the views on top of Meldon Hill, because they are stunning. And yeah, we were chatting about it, and I was just explaining to them that the way I came up was incredibly steep, and I'd recommend doing it the way they're doing it. But that's the way to go if you don't fancy that very steep climb at the start of my walk, especially in this heat, which is getting hotter and hotter. And I am quite thankful for a bit of shade walking down this lane, because not at the moment, but I'm about to walk into some. But it was very exposed up on top of Meldon Hill. There's no shade whatsoever, and even though I did stop to put some more sun cream on, I did feel myself cooking a little bit up there. It's ridiculously hot for middle of May. Something you don't see every day. Oh, he's following me now. They both are. Hello. Got nothing for you. I'm assuming they belong to that farm. I'm hoping they're not just going to keep following me. I don't want to lead them into trouble. I'm just trying to get on with my walk, lads. They're just tagging along. I don't want to lead them somewhere they're not supposed to go. I'm assuming they're not wild, but they're just following me. This is weird. I'm like the Pied Piper for guinea fowl. You've got the other camera for a minute rather than the GoPro, so I apologise if it's shaking around a little bit. But basically, I forgot to charge the GoPro last night, like the professional YouTuber that I am, before I came out hiking. So yeah, the GoPro's on charge in my pocket, hanging out. So hopefully by the time I get up to Nattadon Common, GoPro will be charged enough to do the rest of the walk. But you're not missing too much. It's just kind of road walking and stuff. And I really apologise about the bounciness of the camera. It's not as steady as the GoPro, and I've not got a little tripod or anything, like a handle that I use for the GoPro to hold it steady. But we're making the best of a bad situation. I lost the guinea fowl. They're not following me anymore, which is good. I was a bit worried. I was just leading them off into the unknown for them. I don't know who they belong to, but I think they ducked off into a farm somewhere. So they didn't duck off, did they? They're guinea fowl. They guinea fouled off. Yeah, that looks like where we went up earlier to get on top of Meldon Hill. Rather me than you guys, eh? That's why it was such a struggle this morning, because it was bloody steep. We turned off the road just there, and we are at Nattadon Common now, just heading up to the top of it. You're back on the GoPro, you'll be pleased to know. It's recharged up to like 50% while I was walking through those lanes, so it should be all right for the rest of the walk. And this should be the last climb of the day, I think, and hopefully the views are going to be stunning. We'll see when we get up there, won't we? Well, here we are on top of Nattadon Common. I can see why they don't call this one a tour, because there's no granite outcrops or anything like that, other than these little bits right here. Might be a tour in a few million years, I guess. We do have like a few bits of rock sticking out down here. There's that one, there's one over there. It's trying to be a tour, isn't it? It's trying, bless it. Oh, the view across to Meldon Hill from here is something else. Off in this direction, you can see all the way out to Castle Drogo, look. And we've walked along that valley all the way from Fingal Bridge. I love walks like this where we're starting to stitch together the places that we've already been. Castle Drogo and the Tane Valley down that way, Cosden Beacon up there, Fernworthy Forest on the other side of Meldon Hill. We're starting to have covered a good amount of Dartmoor. There's a couple of people making their way down the side of Meldon Hill the way we went up. And if I zoom out for scale, and you can see it was a big old climb this morning. A big old climb. But we did it, didn't we? Together. And now we've done Nattadon Common as well. Nearly called it Nattadon Hill. Meldon Hill, Nattadon Common. Both of them done. Both of them bagged, even though they're not tours. And it's been a good old walk, hasn't it? Glorious weather. Been very lucky. Bit hot and steep going up Meldon Hill, but the views were worth it when they got to the top, weren't they? And I mean, from here, the views are definitely worth it. Look at this. Take it all in one last time before I head back. And we're heading back up here over the top of Nattadon Common, back down to the road, and then back into Chagford, where I'm going to get myself a nice cold drink, because I've still got a little bit of water left, but it's all gone very warm in my bottle. And I think I'm going to get myself something nice and sugary. I've got some snacks in my bag, but they're oaty snacks. And it's slow release energy, which is good for a hike, but I'm really craving some sugar this morning. Maybe a nice chocolate bar, something like that. I think I've earned it. Wouldn't you say? Well, that's pretty much it for this walk. Just following the road now back down into Chagford. I've got about 3/4 of a mile left, so not very far. Thank you very much for joining me on today's walk. If you have enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more, and comment down below any walk suggestions that you've got. Do you know a place with better views than Meldon Hill? Because they were pretty stunning today. But yeah, if you do, let me know down below. Drop a comment and tell me where you want to see me go next. But thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for another adventure. Cheers.